Instagram teen accounts have automatic protections for what teens see and who can contact them, plus time management tools. And Instagram will continue adding built-in safety features to help create age-appropriate experiences. Learn more about teen accounts and Instagram's ongoing work to protect teens online at instagram.com/teenaccounts.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And what's also interesting is that we discussed so much tonight. Your thoughts and comments, 800-848-9222. Let's just jump back into the fray. Doug in Inwood, you're on the other side of midnight with Lionel.
Hi, Lionel.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about, I'm fascinated about the radical or militant atheists, but I'd like to preface my remarks by saying you and I go way back. I remember you in early 2000s, and those were some of the best radio shows I've ever heard.
Thank you, sir.
I'm very fascinated by this topic. I don't believe in Darwinian evolution, and the atheists will tell you life started with the Big Bang Theory, but that means that they believe in a creation without a creator, and they can't account for how life came into existence from this giant soup that was the earth at that time. And about, as you mentioned earlier, I believe it was in the Cambrian age, that that's about 200 to 300,000 years ago. That's when mankind, for lack of a better phrase, advanced enormously. Gigantic steps were taken, and there's no fossil evidence. There's nothing to account for that big leap.
Exactly.
Now, if you were to compare men or mankind with apes, men have 23 pairs of chromosomes, 46. Apes have 24, 48. There's a belief that someone fused the two chromosomes together, reducing them from 23, from 24 to 23. And now this kind of this bleeds into what you were saying about Barack Obama and aliens. If you read about the Anunnaki, they're claiming to have been here. It is claimed that they've been here. They were here 200,000 years ago, which coincides with this time. And in the writings about them, they're saying that they fused the DNA together. Now, if you think about what the atheists are saying, that we came from a little one-cell creature to the complexity of the DNA. Bill Gates said, and who knows more about computer programming than Bill Gates? He says that DNA is vastly superior and infinite to computer programs. So I just believe that there is a God, however you want to define a God. There is a creator, and it's no accident that we made that giant leap 200,000 years ago.
Well, that's precisely what people are saying. And what's also interesting to note more than anything else, and this is critical, is that these are people who, for the most part, do not necessarily lend themselves to the prototypically perfect religious view. That's not their thing. That's not what they stand for. But that when you look at, for example, what Gellertner and others have said, this explosion does not work with, is not explained by this kind of an incremental Darwinian, little by little, a natural selection. It doesn't work that way. And what's really interesting more than anything else is for us to figure out, how do we blend the two? But don't be surprised. There is a group of people in this world, and I'm convinced they are profoundly, they are antagonistically atheist. Not just mildly so, but severely so. And we don't really hear too much about them, but they have infiltrated the college campuses. And by the way, sometimes things cannot be explained by religion. I recognize that fact. But for you to dismiss it altogether is wrong.